A huge future feud for Roman Reigns is being rumored, so we'll see what's that about. We'll also check out what's up with Gunther, Cody Rhodes, and more. Starting things off with Roman Reigns. Roman climbed back to the top of the mountain at WrestleMania 42 when he defeated CM Punk to become the new World Heavyweight Champion, his first world title reign in exactly 2 years. And for Roman's first feud of this new title reign, they went with the old reliable bloodline story and put Roman against Jacob, another fellow family member. But apparently some more big feuds could still be coming up for Roman down the line. One of these names that is coming into the conversation is Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns are not strangers at all with each other. Bronson and Roman feuded throughout 2025 with a pretty lengthy feud that saw them go back and forth with each other quite a bit there. This, of course, included the memorable moments of Bronson Reed stealing Roman's sneakers and that whole narrative there. That feud actually ended with Bronson Reed picking up a pinfall win over Roman Reigns back in October of 2025, which is a massive deal because, as everyone knows, the list of individuals that have pinned Roman Reigns in singles action since 2020 is extremely short. So for Bronson Reed to join that little exclusive group of individuals that pinned Roman Reigns really means something, and it's because of that 2025 pinfall victory that a lot of fans are expecting to see Roman and Bronson's rivalry get renewed with each other, with the world title now being part of the feud this time around. Bronson does hold that pinfall win over Roman's head, and that will definitely be mentioned next time Roman and Bronson are face to face in the ring with each other. Bronson Reed added more fuel to this fire himself when he responded to a tweet about Roman wearing his new Bloodline Jordan 12s. Bronson Reed reacted to Roman's new Jordans by posting a gif of himself, clearly hinting at the idea of bringing back his tribal thief act and coming to steal Roman's new Bloodline Jordans and that world title, of course. So that's no doubt going to be a future feud for this current title reign for Roman. And reports have been claiming that Bronson Reed is allegedly in line for a rivalry against Roman Reigns later this year, so it does seem like something that has a very realistic chance of happening. Bronson Reed is currently on the shelf right now with a torn biceps injury that he suffered in late February, and the average recovery time for that injury is 4 to 6 months. So if Bronson Reed makes a speedy recovery that's right around that 4-month mark, that means the earliest that we could possibly see Bronson back in the ring would be late June. If this is a feud that they're getting ready for Roman, it's technically not long at all before Bronson Reed could potentially be cleared and ready to compete. After Roman won the title at WrestleMania, one of the first things he said that same night was that he was going on a full-time schedule all summer long. Roman has lived up to that claim so far and appeared at 4 straight episodes of Monday Night Raw from late April to early May. Roman was even being advertised for every single episode of Raw in the month of June, but right after that schedule came out, some of those appearances were removed. So maybe they're still figuring out exactly what Roman's schedule will look like for the month of June. But either way, this is the most consistent Roman's schedule has been in several years. It really seems like they're trying to make this into the summer of Roman Reigns. We've seen similar things in the past with many other stars. A lot of fans look at 2012 as being the summer of CM Punk. And back in 2021, John Cena came back on a pretty consistent basis and had his own summer of Cena as well. So it does seem like that's what they're going for here with Roman Reigns in 2026. They want Roman to be front and center and have a big consistent run all throughout the summer months. So if Roman stays on a pretty consistent schedule, even until SummerSlam, that should make for a pretty solid title reign. He'll have his feud with Jacob, maybe Bronson Reed does return, and a lot of fans really want to see Oba and Roman get in the ring together too. The potential is definitely there for this to be a great summer for Roman's title reign, with several high-profile feuds. Hopefully we do get to see those future feuds with Bronson Reed, Oba Femi, and maybe some big names there as well. Now let's head over to what's happening on Smackdown, and if Gunther could be officially putting that Paul Heyman favor to good use. After defeating Ricky Saints on Smackdown, Cody Rhodes was ambushed and assaulted by Gunther. Gunther laid out Cody Rhodes, put him to sleep, and then posed with the undisputed title in the center of the ring, making it instantly clear what Gunther was after. The interesting part that most definitely seems like it's connected to this moment was the fact that Paul Heyman was seen speaking with SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis, well off in the distance backstage, on that same episode of SmackDown. And knowing the context of the storyline that Paul Heyman deeply owes Gunther a favor for taking care of Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, fans believe that this whole entire situation could be Gunther cashing in that favor from Paul Heyman. Maybe Heyman was unable to get Gunther a World Heavyweight title opportunity at the moment, since the world title is currently tangled up in some bloodline-related issues. But maybe Paul Heyman saw the opening with the undisputed title and decided to work his magic for Gunther over on Smackdown. So it seems like through speaking to Nick Aldis, Heyman was able to get Gunther to come over to Smackdown and cut the line for an undisputed title opportunity. The brand split rules are confusing and lightly enforced at the moment, so we'll have to see if this is an actual trade to get Gunther to fully come to SmackDown, or if Gunther still belongs to Raw and is just crossing over to SmackDown temporarily just for this specific story. Because that's kind of what they're doing right now with Jacob as well. Jacob appears to still be a SmackDown superstar, but has been appearing on Raw lately for the feud with Roman. A bit confusing as far as what brand does Jacob now belong to, and it seems like we may be asking that same question here soon about Gunther. Does he still belong to Raw, or was the full favor Paul Heyman getting him traded to SmackDown and getting a title opportunity against Cody Rhodes? We still need a bit more clarification on that, and it shouldn't be long until we get those answers. Gunther is currently scheduled to make a SmackDown appearance on the May 8th edition of SmackDown, and it seems like that will be a promo segment where we get to hear some more exposition about what exactly has been going on and how this is all connected to that special favor from Paul Heyman. If the whole act of coming to SmackDown and coming after Cody's title really is the favor, then at least that's a pretty timely payoff, and it's not being stretched out as much as Punk's special favor storyline was stretched out. But if this really is Gunther's favor from Paul Heyman right here, then that would also officially put to rest all the fan theories of Gunther using the favor to face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. If Gunther is using that favor here on SmackDown for Cody Rhodes, that does make you really wonder if Brock Lesnar truly is retired and won't be coming back for his hometown SummerSlam later this year. So Gunther versus Brock Lesnar is officially up in the air, but what does seem to be official is that Gunther versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed title will be happening here sometime in the very near future. Gunther even had a recent social media post with the caption of how it's time to get even with Cody Rhodes. That caption appears to be a reference to the events of Crown Jewel 2024. At that event, Cody and Gunther faced off one-on-one in a match that saw Cody defeat Gunther. So telling by that caption right there, it looks like Gunther did not forget about that 2024 loss he suffered to Cody Rhodes, and he's here now in 2026 to settle that score with Cody Rhodes. Gunther wants to get Cody back for that loss while also taking that undisputed title in the process. So look out for that big feud coming up here for Gunther and Cody Rhodes. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.